Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Tracking Dirt. I am super excited to bring to you the Pennine Way in lovely, sweet, charming England. You might not think of adventure when it comes to England, but you are in for some surprises. It is a beautiful country and a beautiful trail that explores north to south through the old Pennine Mountains of England. So without further ado, I present to you Tracking Dirt and the Pennine Way. I'm gearing up to hike the Pennine Way, a 268-mile trail stretching from central England all the way north into Scotland. The trail begins 160 miles north of London in the Peak District, the UK's oldest national park. Strangely, there are no actual peaks in the Peak District. But even so, since the mid-19th century, the area has attracted naturalists, artists, and adventurers looking to recharge amidst the rolling hills and lush grasslands. It's a wild beauty that has inspired some of the world's great literature and much of the classic British cinema. But I'm not here to write a book or shoot a movie. I'm here to explore. We're at the most British-sounding pub in the world, the Old Nags Head, and it's the official start of the Pennine Way. When I was a younger lad, I spent a summer here drinking beer and watching football. So for me to be back and starting the trail, it's pretty special for me.
Most of the people come here, they come into the village, have a wander up onto the edges, beautiful scenery all the way around them. You get to August and the moors are all covered in purple normally, but this year is very, very dry. The views are all around us. They can open their lungs and get some fresh air as well, what they didn't get into the cities. So people come up here to rejuvenate themselves, really.
Setting off, I'm joined by Martin Sharp, one of the Peak District park rangers, who's helping me to get oriented.
Up to the top up there, and you can see the track in front of us, under the bridge, through the farm, right up to that dip.
Ah, cool. That'll get us breathing heavy.
Yes.
So the mower is a little defunct.
Yeah.
Now?
I bought that push one from the car boot, but that's not.
I just had a really cool moment. I ran into Jess, an old friend of mine. This is the house that I spent a summer in, just randomly as I was backpacking around Europe. Found this lovely couple. They took me in off the streets, so it's really neat to be back for me to actually pass by an old friend and get on the Pennine Way here. Is that where we started from?
Yep, down there, that's the start of the Pennine Way up through Lee Farm.
Yeah.
And that's the whole Edale Valley opened up before you.
Pretty awesome viewpoint here.
Yes.
We're not at the top now.
No, there's still another bit of a climb to go yet.
Well, right on. Let's get after it. Surprisingly challenging coming up the pass here. Ascending Jacob's Ladder, the first of many obstacles along the Pennine Way, it quickly becomes clear that I'm in for more than just a leisurely stroll. A breathtaking view is our reward for reaching the top. But I can't linger long because another exciting challenge is just ahead. I've met up with Simon Lane from Dolomite Training to show me how trad climbing is done here in the Peak District.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, climbing.
Climb on.
So as you're climbing, just really look at your feet, okay?
Yeah.
That's what will get you up this bit. So we get a little bit higher. And we want to think about runners. So that's placing your gear. Okay, there's a nice runner I can see here.
Okay. In trad climbing, temporary devices are placed in the rock's natural features to protect climbers against a fall. For someone like me, who's accustomed to using bolts, trusting these devices to save my life is a little nerve-wracking.
If you just started out, this would be a route you'd want to get on actually.
Yeah.
Because there's so much protection.
Yeah.
You can place so much, it's really quite nice.
Climbers love the Peak District for its coarse, textured sandstone known as gritstone. The stone is like Velcro, and it's just plain fun to climb. So it's easy to see why this place has produced some of the world's great climbers. This has only been a taste of what trad climbing is all about, and I think I'm hooked.
It's not too bad, is it? No. Nice and grippy. That's why so many people like to come in. Take a trip to the grit. Home and dry. Woo! Nice one.
Yeah.
Good effort.
That felt good. Nice gear placement. Felt nice and safe.
To be honest, they're like bolts, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
Once you place them in properly.
Yeah, it's interesting to get some experience actually seeing them in place.
Yeah.
They seem like they wouldn't be safe.
Yeah. But you could hang your mum on them.
I don't know if my mum would like that.
Yeah. No, they wouldn't, would they?
No. Awesome.
Continuing north along the Pennine Way, I reach the town of Malham, situated in the heart of Yorkshire Dales National Park. Here, I meet up with local ranger Colin Chick, who's promised to show me some of the most striking features of the area. The Pennine Way opened back in 1965 and was inspired by similar hiking routes in America, specifically the Appalachian Trail. As we go, I'm blown away at how varied the landscape is. It's rockier, craggier, and rougher than I was expecting to find in England.
So there was a big waterfall coming down that at one time.
Yeah, the Cove was actually formed by a waterfall back in the Ice Age.
It'd be an impressive sight.
Yeah, but it was.
Where'd the water go?
It basically gone down a cave and it comes out at the bottom of the cove.
Oh, it's all underground now?
It's all underground. So yeah, we get plenty of visitors here just to come see the limestone landscape of the Dales.
Yeah, this isn't what I was expecting for England here.
Yeah, it's pretty unique actually for the UK as this. So
Yeah.
Get plenty of tourists here.
That's beautiful. Quite a bit more incline than I was expecting, just in general in England.
Oh, there's plenty of hills around here.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Almost.
The day's hike is coming to an end, but instead of setting up camp, we're heading into town to enjoy a pint and a real bed. There are, in fact, 20 or so pubs and B&Bs along the route, and you can even drink Pennine Way-inspired beer, with proceeds going towards trail maintenance. So, of course, I'm excited to support a good cause.
How many pulls does it take?
About 3
Yeah?
in each one. 3, 4. Depends how strong you are.
That affects it.
So it depends on your first pull. You need to do that quick and fast, so that you form a head, and then the rest you do nice and slow, so then it sort of settles. There is a trick to it.
You sound like an expert.
All right, yeah. I trust you. What is the beer?
So this is Pennine Ambler, so it's an amber ale, so quite malty, refreshing. So hopefully finishing off a good day on the trail.
Yeah?
Yeah. We brewed it sort of for the National Trust in conjunction with another 2 breweries, so there's 3 of us in total.
So yeah, the 3 breweries, they're basically like sponsors of the trail? Is that how it kind of works?
Yeah, the 3 of us brew a beer to represent the trail, and then a donation goes from the sale of the beer towards the upkeep of the trail.
All right. That's how I like to do some supporting the trails, drinking beers.
Yeah, so you're helping the trail as we drink.
Oh man, I feel good about what I'm doing. There's excitement in the air tonight as the semifinals of the World Cup are happening tonight. England's still in. Can you believe it? This is amazing. So, lucky on timing, we're gonna go into the pub here and catch the England match. Maybe they'll get a chance to play in the finals. We're gonna laugh, we're gonna cheer, we're probably gonna cry at the end of it all. Who knows, but it's gonna be fun. You can hear people are getting excited.
I'm your typical American soccer fan, which means I get wildly passionate about the beautiful game once every 4 years during the World Cup.
Yeah. How do you miss that anyway?
Being in England while the national team is playing in the semifinals is a pretty cool experience. It's standing room only, and I do my best to blend in, cheering on the 3 Lions as they battle it out against Croatia. England puts up a great fight, but in the end, Croatia takes the match.
Energy in the room is angry. Well, that was a disappointing finish. Looked so good for so long. England was leading for a long time, controlling the game. That was super fun to be a part of, but sadly, England's run ends here. I think I now know what it feels like a little bit to be an English football fan. Wow, wow.
After a good night's rest, I'm back on the Pennine Way, heading north through Yorkshire Dales National Park. While the beauty around me has been spectacular, I'm told there is a whole other beautiful world of caves beneath my feet. So I've met up with Steph to explore the UK's famous cave system for myself.
What's the name of this cave?
So the Longchurn Caves,
Longchurn.
which are nestled underneath Ingleborough.
Ingleborough.
Yeah, Ingleborough.
Looks amazing. I'm excited to get underground here.
Yeah, good.
So we're suiting up here?
Yeah.
I love spelunking. It's exhilarating and sometimes terrifying. But most of all, it's awe-inspiring, revealing a complex hidden world that most people never get to see. Back in my college days, I'd make an annual trip to New Mexico to explore the caves in the Southwest. So, this adventure with Steph takes me back to my climbing, crawling, and scrambling roots.
So climb when ready.
What's that?
Climb when ready.
Climbing. Oh, that's a cool spot.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
Underground waterfall climbing.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year we made a 1,650 metre deep cave system.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's quite a beastie. So yeah, Aria was kind of my favourite place to go caving. I mean, mostly just because it's original exploration. You know, you're going in.
Good old-fashioned fun underground. All right, gonna cool up. Oh, hello. Oh, having a blast today. Getting to cave with Steph is really remarkable. She's super experienced and has done loads of exploratory caving, and feels like an honor to be able to cave with her. And this is just a super cool cave system. So having a lot of fun, getting to dunk in some waterfalls and just have a really good time underground. Pretty brilliant in here. Oh, wow. Oh.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, that was amazing. Oh, let's do a better high five. Boom. Yes. That was awesome.
Good, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Back on the trail, a strange mirage emerges from the forest. An artist has installed a series of mirrored sculptures, giving the hike an almost magical feel.
Now that is a proper waterfall. I had no idea anything like that existed in England.
The canyons are getting increasingly dramatic as the Pennine Way follows the South Tyne River for many miles. There are spots where the trail seems to fade away, and I need to use my route finding skills to make sure I'm on the right path.
Looks like we're at a spot called Rasp Hill. There's just a junction in the trail, about 50 meters back. Looks like we're gonna follow this riverbed and get to a cool spot with a nice overlook. It's been a long day. Legs are feeling pretty spaghetti-like, but it's beautiful. I'm at a place known as the English Grand Canyon. Ah, England. That's cute. We're gonna go check it out. I doubt it's gonna be quite as impressive as the real Grand Canyon, but this also looks pretty incredible. I did not expect this out of England. So, gonna go set up camp down here.
Ancient glaciers have gouged out a huge cut from the basalt mountains to form High Cup Nick, one of the most spectacular natural features in England. While it may not be quite the scale of the Grand Canyon back home, it is nonetheless an awe-inspiring place to set up camp for the night.
about time to pack up and get back on the trail.
As I continue on into Northumberland National Park, I realize how hard it can be to navigate this trail. I'm basically hiking in the middle of a dense, wet cloud. With the visibility practically zero, it would be really easy to get lost. Under these conditions, the trail takes on a new feel. It's mysterious and beautiful, but it can also be dangerous, and I have to stay alert. After all, I've still got a long way to go. Many miles later, I meet up with Jane, one of the Northumberland National Park's rangers, who's agreed to join me on the last leg of the Pennine Way, over the border and into Scotland.
All right, Jane, so what are we going to be up to today?
Well, this is us in the final section of the Pennine Way. There's about another 6 miles to go till we get to Kirkyetim, and that's the end point. And once we're on the top, we're on what's known as the Border Ridge. So one side of you is Scotland and one side's England.
Oh,
so
no
half
way.
the walk today will be in England and the other half will be in Scotland.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm excited. Almost to the top.
Yep, this is the Shill, so the last high point along the Pennine Way.
This is the last high point?
It's the last high. It's the highest point near the end, so not much further now.
Yeah?
We're nearly into Scotland.
Oh, nearly to Scotland. I can't wait for that.
Well, this is it. This is us leaving the English side, and once we're over this stile, we're over into Scotland.
Oh man, I like your style. Well, there's 264 miles on the English side, and we have 4 more miles to go to finish off the Pennine Way. And if Jane is correct, the last 4 miles are the sweetest part.
It's hard to describe how beautiful it is out here. As I watch the wind-whipped waves of grass dance over the rolling hills, I can't help but feel thankful. Since setting off the Old Nags Head in Edale, 268 miles to the south, it's been an unbelievable adventure. But as we stroll into the town of Kirkyetim, we've officially reached the end of the Pennine Way. And I can't think of a more appropriate way to celebrate the journey than by stopping at the final pub and raising a pint to toast what has been nothing short of an epic trail.
Well, Jane, thanks for joining me on the last leg of the trail.
Good day for it. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
I raise a glass and cheers to those who have walked the Pennine Way before me. You've felt the blisters and the weariness that comes from long trails. But you also know the sweetness and the joy that they deliver. I will forever remember hiking the Pennine Way, starting with that first challenging ascent up Jacob's Ladder in the Peak District and the endless views that were our reward. And of course, there were so many other challenges along the way. Trad climbing on gritstone, which reminded me how enjoyable it can be to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. And spelunking with Steph, who opened my eyes to the incredible world that exists beneath us. And of course, there was camping above the basalt cliffs of High Cup Nick, proving yet again that the most stunning adventures can be found in the most surprising places.